Hi guys, Trisha here from Decisive Designs, bringing you another beautiful table. So this is part two of my Tuesday table. For some reason, Tuesday I was drained. I was so tired. Um, I didn't recognize myself. I felt like my whole existence had been changed. My knowledge, the way I do things has been changed. So I was like totally drained. And I said, I will do a part two explaining these beautiful plates. So welcome to my channel. Um, what can I say? I had started the new year with burgundy. Um, for some reason, I wanted traditional Christmas colors, right? And then I fade down to monochromatic tones, and it brought me to burgundy. And I started with this beautiful burgundy plate. I don't know if you can see it all the way over there. It's now tucked away. And then I pulled out my burgundy material and then found a tablecloth. And it's beautiful. So for New Year's, I had covered the table with this beautiful tablecloth. And for my second New Year's tablescape, I just messed it up in the center, kind of like a runner, so that I can make room for this beautiful plate. Ah, it's so gorgeous. Like it speaks to me in Spanish, English, and God. When I saw this plate, and I am not gonna lie to you, I saw this plate before I bought it. And I'm like, yeah, it's nice, but it was okay, right? And I picked it up and I'm like, it's really nice. But I put it down. I said, I don't need any more plates. And I had this burgundy and teal design that I found some really nice vintage plates for. And I was satisfied, right? And then I went back 2 weeks later to Home Goods and I saw a stack of these and I picked it up again and I looked on the price and I see a red sticker. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to buy them. It's time for me to buy them. And when I counted the stock, it was seven. I wanted to yell and shout. And I'm like, all right, calm yourself down. There was another one, another plate that made eight, but it wasn't burgundy. It was different. It was like light pink, but it could have went, right? It could have gone with this beautiful set. And here I am, like my spirit said, oh, you're gonna search for another one. And I did. I went to another store to look for this plate to own eight because I'm an idiot and I did not find them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to Newburgh and Milltown and da 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 because sometimes I even go to Danbury, Connecticut. But I said, this is not detrimental. So I was satisfied with the seven. And I said, let me style them this week to see how I would do with them. And I thought I did really good. Just to put the tablecloth in the center, just a way that It's not clean. I don't like clean cuts. I like a little mess, right? So I did, and then I put these plates. Now, originally, I had these salad plates on, right? So tonight, to explain them, I took them off and I put them to the side. And I had gotten these pumpkin glass holder after Thanksgiving, and I picked them up, four of them. So they hold two each at the four corners of the table, so that my guests still could pick up their salad plate and do their thing. So it's not far, right? People could pass plate around. But I wanted to show this plate for what it is and for the design. I love nature. And if you know me and watch my channel, you know that I have a garden. And you know that I go cuckoo aha over my blooms. And look at this. Now, I said when I explained this in my live, I said when you see burgundy bloom, it highlights and lights the spot that it's in. Because you don't see that very often, right? And look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? That's a rose. That's something else. That's something else. And they all have this beautiful burgundy tone. And to just make the plate even greater, it was accented or painted on a white background, which really elevates this design to the next level. So I love it. I love it. And I liked it when I could have had 8. And I love it now that I only had 7. And it's a story. So life is never perfect. And what I did was, what's a garden without butterfly? So I picked up this beautiful butterfly napkin holder so that I can adorn my garden with butterflies. So, and again, it was at Home Goods and it was 4 in a packet. And of course, these butterflies were on clearance as well. I love clearance there. But look at that. And I said, I'm going to do pink. And I thought about getting some pink salad plates, but they were like okay, nice. They couldn't match this plate at all. They would have looked a little bit nicer than those gold plates, but I decided not to. So there you go, guys. Let me show you. Let me show you again how I style it, because it's beautiful. So here is my placemat, beautiful. And then I have this see-through charger with gold accent around it. And it's beautiful plate, honey, the dinner plate. I don't have my real voice to say that. Really nice. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I did it with natural wooden utensils. That is so gorgeous. And of course, it's a steak knife. So with this dinner, I would serve steak. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's really gorgeous. And let me tell you about using texture and different tones. What that does, it gives your design um, this look that it's not clean, but it's like well designed, like no one would thought of putting that there kind of design, right? So this is a Pier 1 vase. Isn't that beautiful? And I could have had two and I chose one, right? And I have leftover Christmas goodies in it. And this is a gold and white vase, which is beautiful, gorgeous. So what I did was I put gold leaf in um, this arrangement, and look at it, the white in the middle and the gold at both ends. I thought that looks really beautiful. And then here I found these gold doves, well, white and gold doves, in a vase. Look at them. They're vintage. And there was a box on the side of the road, and I said, let me stop and look in it. And it was far, like it was one of my trips up in the Mohawk Mountains. And I stopped and picked it up, and it is gorgeous. I love it. And that brings me back. See, I like nostalgia. That brings me back to my Jamaican days because my grandaunt had one of these vase with two doves on it, and most people. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. And then I put some gold flowers or fake leaves in them. Isn't that beautiful? So that was a good find. And of course, it's vintage. So yeah, it kind of brings me back there. And then I have these gold shiny shines, uh, gold tone candles, candle holders with these white candles. And these candles can be lit. They're real. I have the pre-lit ones as well, and I go back and forth. So if you want a nice dinner, it's nice to turn the lights down and change the mood. Isn't that gorgeous? Change the mood to romantic by lighting your candles. And I have these super gorgeous wine glasses that adorn this set. I thought it came out really beautiful. Um, because it fits in with the tones, the gold tones that I'm using, and also I think it fits nicely on the table, right? And then I actually had eight, one broke, and I have seven, but I used one, so I only have six on the table. And then I have this at the ends, and let me show you the odd plate. This is the odd plate, and it is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that work. Is it a picture or a paint? Look at that. You can see every detail. Look at that. I love this, and this is vintage. Haddon or Hall Um, dates back from the 11th century. I have two of these. They're beautiful. I love to pick up vintage plates. Because what it does is it excites the table and gives it an edge that you would normally not get from new plates. So I like that. So, my peeps, my fans, I hope I have done you justice by bringing this gorgeous setting back and explain these beautiful things that um, I designed the table with. Now, if you have questions about anything, link me in the comments below. Also, do you like how I did this natural utensil with this glam look? What do you think about that? I like to add surprises um, to my design. So tell me your thoughts on that. And it's all gold, right? Accented with burgundy, gold and white. And I thought for the new year, that is beautiful. I remember dressing up for work as I worked in administrative for so many years. And I would buy burgundy pants, burgundy jacket, and of course, my shoes is different. And then all different seasons. Sometimes it's a boots all the way up to my knee. Sometimes it's my ankle. Sometimes it's a pump. And burgundy always looks good. I always gravitate to this color. Uh, Deep brown, bronze, and burgundy really highlights my complexion. And I love using those colors, wearing those colors. But one of my burgundy jacket went missing. Um, so it's nice to share your closet every now and then with someone that loves your dressing and what you wear. Um, and what I do, my secret is because a lot of people uh, think I just get up sometimes and do some things. My secret is to mix vintage and new together. Maybe not every day, but sometimes to get that clean cut look. Good gal look. Yeah. I love going to the thrift shops. Um, and I love going to the mall. I love going to the store. I have one store in particular that I go to. I know what I want and I go in and I pick them out. I don't like to search for things only at yard sale or flea market. When I buy things, I just go in and buy. Um, that's why I cannot never ever stop purchasing plates, even though I get some vintage free because the power when you walk in a store and purchase stuff, I feel like you get that power from owning your own life and I don't I like gifts, but I like to pick out my things. I like to go to the store and pick out. I don't try often anymore because I know my size and I just grab it and go. I don't like it to take long. My hair, if I'm going to the hairdresser, I'm calling her ahead of time. Listen, I'm coming and I'm not waiting. I think money gives you power. And also, when you're someone that um, know what you want and own your own, that also gives you power. So, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And that's a little bit of my life in 2026, you may learn more things about me, but for now, peace.